Welcome to another review here at Total Toy Recon. My name is Bob, and today we're going to be dealing with the Tron 3-pack. Yes, this is the official Diamond Select Video Arcade Tron 3-pack. And as you can see, and I'm going to do my best, it's very, very big. Just to give you a sense of the entire thing, it is 17 inches tall. It is almost a foot wide, and then deep. At its fattest point, it is 9 inches deep. So let's do a quick turn, and then I'll do a pan too. So a little bit of a scuff right there already. But hey, I'm not going to complain about that. So we do have a full turn here. Gives you an idea. I'll pan, I promise. So here we are, center point, and we are going to pan down real slow. Oh, all the details that are here. The 25-cent deposit slots, really, really cool. And now I'm going to try and do my best here to focus in on the figures themselves. So Tron, Sark, Flynn, Bruce Boxleiter, David Warner, Jeff Bridges. That's pretty good, actually, off the top of my head. And then we do have lots of details here. We have request access master control program, user code Dillinger. And that's who was played by David Warner, who also played Sark. Password is master. So we have greeting programs. We have all this. We have the action figure. So this Tron box set comes with 7-inch collector scale figures of Tron, Sark, and Flynn. Features 16 points of articulation. And with UV light, they have a reflective paint, which will allow them to glow in the dark when the electronics are activated inside the box. There's an exclusive packaging. So this packaging here is the vintage 80s arcade game, a full light up Tron marquee. You'll see that. And then we have multiple flashing multicolored LED lights and activated by pressing the player 1, player 2 buttons. Video game program. Space Paranoids, very nice. Annexed by E. Dillinger. Original program written by K. Flynn. Is information priority 1, end of line. So we have all of this here, and then we're going to go way down. And then how does all this happen? We have this little slot right here, and I'm going to turn it. We have 3 AA batteries, runs the whole thing. You don't need to take it out of the box to change it or to store it safely. You just unscrew this, pull the batteries out, and you're good. We have play. I've already played with it once, so I'm sorry. But you'll see that in a second. Play, off, try me. And then I like this here. And you got to give up you got to give the props to figures designed by Yuri Timing, sculpted by Gentle Giant Studios, and package designed by David Forster at Kinetic Underworld. They nailed it. I mean, it's 100 times awesome. So let's get to it. And I am going to fade out into it. So here we are in the darkness, and we are going to press player 1. So as you can see, we have a black light, Tron, Finn, and Sark, and they look amazing. The black light aspect of it really is simple. I mean, it's just a black light inside the box, whereas you could have done this with the regular figures. If you had a black light. So it really does add to the Tron experience. It's just insane. But there happens to be another button. So let's press player 2. As you can see, the light changes, and now we have a disco dance party. This is by far one of the coolest action figure display boxes that I have ever seen. And since Tron is so quintessentially awesome and part video game, part movie, and now we have toys, Diamond Select has just nailed it. They've a home run. Okay, so how amazing was that? This is, you can get this right now. And something like this makes me think that it was probably at one point going to be an exclusive, like New York Comic Con, or maybe even a San Diego Comic-Con. It just, because of everything in the world, did not work out. However, you're like, but what about the figures, Bob? Are you going to open it up? Are we going to know what the figures are like? You're nuts if you think you're ever going to open this. As cool as it is, it's beyond awesome. You do not take something like this out of the box ever. And thankfully, they've already released these figures that you can get them and pick them up. Now, it says on the box it's reflective paint. I think that if you put a black light to these figures, these came out about a year or two ago. We do have a full review of all of the Tron figures, and we absolutely love them. This is actually the second time around here. So I have Tron, I have Sark, and of course they come with the memory discs. They also come with some, they come with a stand, and they also come with, I keep everything, you know. So they come with a memory disc. You can bounce it off. They have multiple hands, so that you can like throw the memory disc or bounce this one off. This is Sark's. But the interesting thing is you have Flynn as Flynn, not as his computer, not as Clue. So you'd have to actually go and get the Clue version of Jeff Bridges' character, his other alternate self inside the computer. So you'd actually have to go and get this one. If you notice, the color scheme different. This is Flynn. This is Clue. So that's really cool. This adds an extra dimension to your collecting. Now you have to get this one to get Flynn. I think they've released Flynn by himself, but I think this sculpt here on this Clue is better than this one. And it's hard to do the comparison. We get a glare, of course, and he's back there in there. It's pretty close. All right, it looks the same. I don't know why. Maybe because this one's in my hand, it feels like that's more the appropriate one. But again, Diamond, thank you for sending this. My wife is already saying, like, we need a bigger bookshelf. We got to put this out so people can see it. Just press the buttons. And what I think what I really appreciate from on a collector's standpoint is I never have to take these figures out, nor would I ever. I mean, despite the fact that I have the Tron figures here, and I also have the ones that were released with the Kingdom line, with the Kingdom of Hearts line, and you can see those reviews on our Total Toy Recon YouTube page, is that I can actually access the battery pack, change the batteries out, take the batteries out for long-term storage if I have to, or, you know, you just get to a point where, you know, I don't feel safe or the batteries die. I can get to them and change it. There are so many things that Hasbro does not allow you to do. If you're an in-the-box collector and there are toys that have like buttons to press and already you can sample it and stuff, you never take it out of the box. Eventually that will erode and eat away at the toy. This, take it out, fix it, you're good. Way to go, Diamond. Way to nail it. This is by far, I mean, we're early into 2022 right now, and I would probably say this would make my top 10 on display boxes of collector pieces for the year. This is in my top 10 already, if not top 5 for the year at the end of it. So we'll hopefully revisit that. We'll come back. I love the little joystick. There's no trigger. There is a trigger here, but nothing. It doesn't do anything. But this is one of those things that, you know, if you ever had like you had your own like beer taps in the house, you'd put I would try to find the Tron joystick and use that as the tap for the beer. It's just so awesome. This is Bob. Thank you, Diamond. You made my day. This thing is fantastic. Have a good one.